my students in today's mentoring session. Today is 24th of September, 9:35 p.m. And as usual, first I'll be analyzing all the important indices in front of you. And then we'll be starting with the Q&A session for the positional and the swing trading setup. So as usual, I'll first start with the Nifty spot. If I look at the Nifty spot chart, you can clearly see it is in a roaring bull market. It's extremely strong. It is also a little bit overstretched on the upside, but it is okay as of now because apart from being overstretched, there is no issues as of now. If I move on the weekly chart, even in the weekly chart, things seems to be everything fine. In fact, in weekly chart, I don't feel that prices are too much overstretched. Only one thing is that in the last week, if you see, this particular candle did show that some sort of selling pressure was coming up from this Fibonacci extension. This week, although we have been able to close above this. So hopefully if next week we see some follow through buying coming up and we stay above this level, then probably will be inching higher. The only issue as of now I feel is in the daily chart. Probably in the daily chart we can see that prices are going up. Only thing is that we have made a small lower high, and probably day before yesterday when I shared the Nifty short-term view, I'll add volume over here. If you see properly, the volume has been coming down, right? Price has been going up in this rally, especially from 17,350 to around this recent high, today's high, and the volume has been coming down. So I feel in the short term, probably markets are a little bit more overstretched. So trend remains up. There is no major worry as of now because, just trying to call a top on negative divergence is a waste of time until and unless you don't see some serious selling coming up. All right. We are in a strong uptrend, but some sort of consolidation, some sort of profit booking may or may not happen. It's very difficult to say as of now, but the bias should remain on the upside. But along with that, we should also remember that especially swing traders should initiate new trades very, very, very carefully because what happens is in a small consolidation or even a short-term profit booking, when it happens, it can get you stopped out unnecessarily if you initiate new swing trades. So I'm not saying not to initiate trades, but be very careful and cross-check which particular sector and which particular stock you're picking up for them. All right. Now banking. Banking, according to me, is I think so the pick of the lot in terms of the sectors. It's looking pretty strong. As of now, there are no issues in the monthly time frame or even in the weekly time frame. If you can see properly, this just one thing is the all-time high as of now can probably create a little bit of trouble only for the short term, because if you see over here somewhere on this day, that's 17th of September, markets did inch higher and then suddenly they came down for 3 days odd and then again they started going up. So I think this particular level will create some trouble, just a short-term profit booking or a consolidation zone for the bank Nifty. But I think once we close above this and consistent buying can come up, then I had wrote 2 levels. All of you know that I do have a habit of writing notes for the sectoral analysis. So probably these levels, according to me, are 38,500 and 38,900. Somewhere over here we can inch towards 38,500 and probably even at 38,900 somewhere over here. All right. So overall bias remains bullish on bank Nifty. Private banks, obviously, they are the pick of the banking indices in comparison with PSU banks. You can see it's absolutely without any doubt that private banks are looking much stronger. We don't even actually need to go into the weekly charts whatsoever, but private banks are looking very, very strong. Pick of the lot will remain as usual HDFC Bank. First one is this, and second one is ICICI Bank. These two stocks seem to be very strong to me. As of now, ICICI Bank has not performed as much as HDFC Bank in the recent times, but you need to keep a watch on this stock. All right, PSU banks. So as usual, I think I've been repeating since months or probably weeks now, like this particular zone in the monthly time frame of PSU banking index, until and unless this is not taken out, this particular zone will keep on creating trouble for the PSU banking index. And you can see that's tried to go up. This was a very good candle at a very good spot. But again, on last week also, there was a green candle, but some sort of selling pressure was there on the higher side. And again, this week, the candle has closed in red. So overall, it is just consolidating. You can see just a sideways move. And in PSU Bank, I just track one stock, that is SBI. So what is actually happening in SBI? Let's talk about that. In SBI, according to me, the stock is very, very strong. No doubt about that, because it is in a total disconnect with the PSU banking index. If I just open the PSU banking index right now, you see how different it is looking. And immediately, if I open SBI, it's looking very strong. Only issue is, as of now, that this particular 127.20% Fibonacci extension is giving some sort of resistance in a monthly time frame. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5 candles. And today is 24th of September, so very soon this month will be also coming to an end. So almost from 4-5 months, this level is giving issues. Even in, I think, 1st Feb, the Feb of 2021, in fact, even over here, we saw that this is a very big bullish candle. After testing this level, there was some sort of profit booking, and then the prices went up. So yes, until and unless this particular level is not surpassed by a pretty decent candle, some sort of irritation will keep on coming from this level. And in the weekly chart, things are okay, not so bad, but I feel overall SBI as of now is doing some sort of consolidation. In fact, I have initiated a swing trade over here. I have not got stopped out, but if the price dips more and if it hits my trading stop, I might exit the stock. But overall, as of now, yes, it is in an uptrend. But currently, it seems to be, especially by today's candle, the way today's candle has come up, I think some sort of consolidation is going on in SBI. Metal pack. Metal pack, again, same, I think, bias, no change in stance, extremely overstretched on the upside, but in a strong uptrend. And in the weekly chart, I feel, consistent, some sort of buying is coming up from this level. But overall, I think in the weekly chart, prices are sideways, and probably even in the daily chart, prices are sideways. And more than this sideways move, I think the stocks are totally disconnected from the index right now. If you open a few of the stocks, if you open JSW Steel, it's looking not good. If you look at SAIL, even that's not looking good. Jindal Steel is also underperforming. Tata Steel was looking good somewhere over here, but then again it started falling. There is only one stock which has been holding nicely, which is Hindalco. And in a sector where the sectoral indices is telling me that it is in an uptrend but sideways, and only one stock is outperforming, I would keep myself away from that index. There is no necessity to trade in those stocks only. There are many stocks in the market. We need to concentrate on them. Now, Autopack. Autopack, I think last week, if I'm not wrong, I had told that this particular level is providing a resistance to the market until and unless we don't close above this. Some sort of selling pressure can come up. But if you see properly, and this was a very strong support zone, and we can see prices have in fact jumped back from this zone itself. Even in the weekly chart, you can see prices are above the moving averages. So yes, this sector now starts looking interesting to me. And the pick of the stock for me as of now is Tata Motors. Yes, today's candle is a little bit strange, but if things don't turn up very, very bad in next couple of days, and if prices are moving higher, I think stock should inch higher basically, right? So keep an eye on Autopack. It is one of the sectors which shall go higher if everything goes right. Okay. So this particular sector, financial services, remains in an uptrend. And last week I had told that we could inch near the resistance level, and even this week we have closed in green and we are even near this particular resistance. So overall, if you see, there is no change in the trend. Bullish bias remains as it was. Only thing is, whenever we do test this particular resistance over here, some sort of profit booking, some sort of short-term profit booking is probable, and it will not be extremely surprising to me if that happens. All right. If we surpass this particular level with very ease, then you can expect that probably in next coming few days the stocks will keep on going higher, because this is a strong resistance, and if prices surpasses very easily, then it means the strength of that particular trend is very high. IT index. IT index, once again, we can see it is overstretched. I'll first open the monthly time frame. Looks extremely overstretched. You can see RSI is also almost near 91. That is really great. Such a strong trend. And you can see prices are trying to close above this resistance. Will this happen or not? Obviously, we'll only come to know in the monthly closing, because this is a monthly time frame. In the weekly chart, we are almost at, yes, we are above this resistance, but not extremely convincing close. So you should understand that. And if you check in the daily time frame, we have a very big inverted hammer over here. So what sort of candle occurs over here, probably on Monday or Tuesday, that needs to be seen. And if you see properly, consistently this particular sector has been making a higher high and RSI is making a lower high. So my stance remains same. I'm not interested to trade in this particular index. I'll stay away and try to concentrate on some other stocks. Pharma. Pharma continues to remain in a strong uptrend. You can see we are above the resistance. No issues whatsoever in the RSI also. Only thing is that the candles are very small. If you see 1, 2, 3, and even in this month, in fact, the range has been very small for the Pharma. If you see properly, in the weekly time frame, I believe we are still consolidating. The trend is flat in the weekly time frame, and even in the daily time frame, looks okay. But again, don't forget that not a lot of stocks are outperforming in Pharma right now, because there are many stocks which have crashed, and there are a couple of stocks, I think they are trading higher, like Sun Pharma basically, and maybe one of them last time which I shared with all of you was Cipla. You can see even Sun Pharma, it is just consolidating sideways. But yes, in terms of if you compare that with Oro Pharma or something, yes, it has outperformed because it has not come down a lot. And Cipla, it has managed to close higher. So pick of the stocks remain Sun Pharma and Cipla, but the index overall also needs to trend higher. FMCG. FMCG remains in a strong uptrend. You can see we are not at a resistance as of now, so not a lot of worry. Only thing is that in last couple of weeks we have seen this inverted hammers, shooting stars, and what we need to check is, are we at a resistance? The answer is yes, we are at a resistance from this 423.60% extension. We are absolutely at a resistance. And if you check the daily chart also, you can see this formation. We have made higher highs, RSI made lower highs, and the way things are happening, I think some sort of short-term profit booking, some sort of consolidation is probable. If you're holding these stocks, don't be shocked if the prices turn down, and yeah, just keep trailing your stop losses. If you get stopped out, it's absolutely all right, because the overall trend in this particular sector has been very nice since start of the August. Realty, I think has been the pick of the sectors. I think last week itself, I had told you that this particular sector, if it consolidates and if it starts moving higher, then you should look at these stocks, and many of the stocks have performed very nicely. You can see from 404, this sector has gone till almost 500, so almost 25% hike in the sector itself. So imagine how much the stocks would have performed. I think after such a big rally, generally what happens is price either try to cool off or either they consolidate. So nothing much expected, some sort of sideways move, some sort of consolidation is expected. Just keep trading your stop losses if you're holding these stocks, and don't be in a hurry to book profits. If you have booked a little bit of profits earlier, just hold them with your trading stop loss. Because sometimes what happens is when a sudden move happens, a very big move, people get afraid and they book that suddenly I'm making 25% in a very short period of time. Yes, that's true. And that's even true that the profits can come down. But understand one thing, when we are at a juncture that not many good quality trades, if they are not coming up, then holding on to older trade is better, because if you sell that, what else will you buy? So that's what you need to think as a trader. Midcap index. Midcap index has been performing very, very nicely. You can see again RSI is almost at 82, and we are now again reaching towards this resistance, which is almost at 31,000, and I think today we made a high of, today or yesterday we made a high of 30,649, and if you check the candle in the daily chart, I think market has already started understanding that we are inching towards the resistance. And if you check this candle especially, it's a high wave candle. High wave, it's not a classical high wave candle, but yes, it certainly looks like one. And generally these candles come up at a time when the market is telling you that I'm overstretched and I need to cool off. And if you check this candle, it's also a negative candle pattern. So it is probable that some sort of consolidation, some sort of profit booking can occur in mid-cap index. As of now, I'm not talking about a crash. Some sort of profit booking or consolidation in short term is possible. So if you're holding any stocks in terms of swing trading, kindly trail your stop loss as quickly as possible. All right. But when the index approaches 31,000 levels, which I just told you right now, then I think you need to keep your eyes open and you need to be more cautious. All right. So I hope this weekly sectoral analysis helped you.